right, Recon Athlete, episode 127. Chris Sanchez. Shout out to Paul Rodriguez. Zach Luceto on his way. Mr. Snupe Daniel hanging out this morning just for a second. Flex ATX. Where is your mic on?
Now it is.
Now there you go. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to turn your stuff on.
I'm going to be taking multiple green room breaks. I'll be on and off the podcast today.
So I got a little of a bit different setup right now.
It's cool.
You like it?
I noticed it immediately.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of I woke up. Well, I thought about it last night, but I got home from work. Which, by the way, we didn't have one customer come in after 6:30 last night.
Shut up.
Yeah, dude.
Not one?
Not one.
That's crazy.
Not one, dude.
Holy moly.
After 6:30.
Heck are people doing this Black Friday? You're supposed to get out there and live life.
It was weird. I was like, man,
I thought it would have been popping last night.
Nobody came in.
Huh.
And so Wes wasn't working last night. Good thing, Wes. Shout out to Wes. I think he just got on the watch party. We had me, Moby, the manager, Meredith, the bartender, and then another server, Arlene.
Not one person after 6:30.
Dude, not one person after 6:30. Between 6:30 and 10
Most people
o'clock.
just exaggerate like it was dead.
No. Like, it was literally like...
It's literally dead.
Literally, like, nobody came in, dude. So, you know, I don't know, y'all. I mean, I know there's headlines about COVID and all this other stuff, and it's kind of cold, but, I mean, don't let your local businesses die, y'all, because we've already seen so many restaurants, places. If you want somewhere to go after this next month or two, then, you know, get out there and support if you can. I understand, you know, you're trying to, you know, keep people safe and this and that, but, man, get something to go at least. Do something, because, I mean,
it's Small Business Saturday.
These headlines are killing the small businesses. And now that I'm on the front lines, you know, you see it. You see the headlines and stuff like, oh, you know, about. Now that I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh wow, I see what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So not one person came in. So, you know, shout out to small businesses. Come see me at Revelry on the Boulevard. Shout out to Steven Anguiano. He already says on the watch party, Herman era is over. He said, I look smart by opting out of my season tickets for that mess. I think there's still questions. I do, before we get into that, I want to get into that with Zach, but I do, since you're here, Snoop, I do want to talk about Sam Ellinger. Shout out to Sammy. I mean, we've been following this kid since
a long time.
You know, yeah, since fan stand days. He was at Westlake. I mean, he's been wanting to be. I mean, it's been well documented, his desire to play at the University of Texas throughout his career, and you know, he did his darndest. You know, not to, you know, I'm trying to keep it PG around here. Did his darndest to make that last, you know, winning drive. It just didn't happen for him. And you know what? That's fine. But overall, I think Sam did a good job at the University of Texas. You know, I think some people might consider it kind of a disappointing career. No Big 12 championship, no national championship, obviously. But what are your thoughts about Sammy's career at the University of Texas?
He was a good representative
at
the University of Texas. I really think that's all you can ask for. If you aren't going to win, at least don't be a schmuck.
And he did okay. You know, I just I don't blame Sammy. I blame the coaches. You know, I blame the culture. I blame the lack of development, because you even saw it yesterday. You know, he was still missing receivers. He was downfield. You know, he was still, like, instead of taking the underneath guy, he was trying to go, you know, with the home run. And somebody that's a senior, somebody that's played as many games as he has, I would expect him to make better decisions at this point. And I just wasn't seeing that yesterday. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you didn't go to the game this time, right?
No, because my homie Dave Fralick kind of bailed out. And we both thought it was going to be really, really bad weather. And that, I went to a Kansas State game. I think it was almost a decade ago. But I just remember it raining, and I was literally drenched head to toe. And my homegirl I went with got sick off it. So we're like, oh, well, I guess we'll just hold off and watch it. And, man, at least I was, like, a little preoccupied, like, trying to cover Dripping Springs.
Yeah.
Buda Johnson and Austin High versus Del Valley, which were great games, but they were going on like basically towards the butt end of the Texas game. So I didn't get to live the full pain of it because I was distracted.
And you were also, I like the fact as I walked in, you were watching it on the Longhorn Network.
Oh yeah, haha.
But
forgot about
because
that.
you were wanting to listen to your homeboy Craig Way.
Yeah.
Which I understand that. Like, I wish that there was an option to watch the game and then listen
with
to
a radio
Craig.
broadcast.
Yeah, with a radio broadcast.
Because television, a lot of the television personalities, they get their gig a big portion of because of their looks.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have some talent, but
Craig's not an ugly guy.
No.
He's a handsome man.
I'm just saying, just the level of the articulation. Normally, people who are super strong in speaking might not be that easy on his eyes. I'm not saying everybody, but you know, like to do radio and to really, you got to really be able to sing.
Oh yeah.
So, and Craig can sing.
Yeah.
So that's and it's beautiful to hear him call it a game.
Yeah, it is. And so I would love that option is to hear Craig Way and then watch, because that's always. I mean, they even do that in the highlights on ESPN and stuff.
Use Craig.
They'll use Craig, or they'll use a radio call with the highlight. Just because the radio call is always so much better. And I guess it's because, like you said, you have to sing, you have to be able to paint the picture, and nobody can do that better than Craig Way. My favorite thing about Craig, and the thing that he does that has been copied over and over again that I've heard, is his description of the uniforms at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
Does he like is that something that he's got written down, or does he already?
No, he basically knows it. He's been doing it so much, and now that I see it firsthand, I'm like, oh my God, you really are a workaholic.
Yeah.
But he does it so much, it just rolls off naturally. He has his shtick, of course. I mean, you do anything for 30, 40 years, you're going to have, like, you don't want to call them crutches, but things that you are known for. But yeah,
Who works more, Craig Way or Snupe Daniel?
It's debatable.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, mainly because with Craig is travel time.
Yeah, that's true.
Driving, it's flying, it's going state to state, and maybe that's something I really wouldn't be down for. But Craig might not be down to sit in front of a computer for 14 hours.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, that's something you'd be done though. You wouldn't want to. Oh, you don't like flying, do you?
No. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I won't knock it till I try it. But, you know, like, I hate even, like, driving.
Have you never flown?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When I got that job offer in
Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flew through Atlanta, flew through Kentucky. And
how was it? Was that your first time flying?
it was my second time. My first time was in student government when I was a student government executive member. And I flew from Dallas to San Antonio. And that was pretty cool.
Were you a nerd?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah. I met a Herb Keller. I think he's passed away now, but he was the CEO of Southwest Airlines.
Oh, really?
My first flight. And my student government advisor was like, oh, my gosh. He's like, that is a billionaire CEO that's, like, right behind us. I'm like, who? She's like, I got to get his autograph. I'm like, who is that? She's like, Herb Keller. I'm like, I don't know what that is. All right. So, yeah.
But anyways, Craig Way or Snupe Daniel, y'all put that. What do y'all think is the? Who do y'all think is the hardest worker? Oh, thanks, Wes. He said nice Christmas tree. I kind of threw that up too. I got my Charlie Brown Christmas tree, man. You're not gonna get a new one though.
No, it's good enough.
I mean,
it is. It has been. It's preserved all these years because I remember that tree like when we were playing Call of Duty. And going to Clips concerts. Yeah. I remember that.
That was
tree.
long,
and you lived
long
off
time
of that. What's the street?
South First.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that apartment well. It had roaches.
Yeah, it did.
But that's okay.
It did.
I love that place.
I know.
I remember it very fondly.
See if we can see Zach over here. Oh, you got it. Turn your mic on.
Can we see a lot of the apartments y'all stay at probably have some roaches.
No.
You know what I mean?
That one was like, that was when we were like super young and making like hourly wage.
Yeah.
I mean, both of us were like living off like whatever an hour.
Yeah, we were both working at the radio station. I was making like $10 an hour, maybe something like that, $12 an hour. Yep. I don't know. Do you get paid to work at the radio station?
Yeah, I make $10 an hour, man.
No, do you really?
Yeah.
Dang. Imagine like having to live off that.
Yeah, but I only make $10 an hour when I do the vinegar stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get nothing for anything else.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, radio's tough, man. I mean, why do you think I'm doing a podcast now? I mean, it's like.
Why is Jeff Ward doing a podcast now?
Right.
Sandy McElroy.
Sandy. Shout out to Sandy. He's been working hard on mornings. He started this thing called Mornings Across America. Y'all go check it out. It's a pretty cool thing. He gets a morning show host from across the United States, and like they do like little shows. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we host a morning show.
Y'all do?
Me and you.
Oh yeah, every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I know, man. I think about doing I got this stuff here now. I don't know. I might start doing the country breakfast show. What do y'all think?
Yeah,
Just do it every morning.
You don't do nothing all day.
Just do it every morning.
All you do is wait until 5 o'clock.
Nah, man. I do a lot of things during the day. Maybe I'll start doing a country like a 15-minute thing, which is like a little morning.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. I'll just talk about whatever happened.
You
in
should
sports.
just do one of those.
Whatever sports do like 15 minutes. Do like 20
have you
minutes.
Heard of a mukbang?
Yeah.
Where you just eat in front of the camera.
Should I do that? Eat my breakfast in front of the camera? Country breakfast.
Every morning you just eat. Weird. You just eat biscuits and gravy in the camera. Some thick cut bacon. That'd be like a special episode. You get some honey ham or something.
I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna have to adjust this. You're kind of like off this. I mean, I still can see you, but no, you don't have to move. You don't have to move. I need to move the table. But anyways,
it's your first time.
Did you watch it? Yeah. Did you watch it? You didn't watch the game yesterday.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it.
But I will. Okay, I will say.
What did you do?
I will say that I went on Twitter and I saw like a little clip of Sam's like senior night like thing.
Yeah.
And then I saw a clip of his first long pass. And I was like, dang it, I just watched too much.
Oh, yeah.
And then they lost.
It's not your fault, man.
Well, that was like in the Vandergrift game. I think they lost that game because of me too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you what do they call it?
Well, so I was talking to Coach Sanders before the game.
You're a gooch.
And we were talking about what?
A gooch.
A gooch.
A jinx.
Isn't your
No, people. There's no such thing. You can't be that egocentric. It's because you
can't have as big of. You can't have that. The only person you can have bigger that can have a big ego is Tom Herman. Because
listen. So I was talking to Coach Sanders, and we were just talking about the game and talking about after the game. And I was like, well, at least after this, y'all should be getting pretty healthy. And he was like, oh, don't say that, and like crossed his fingers and like knocked on his head. And then two of their like key players went down that game.
Exactly. Man.
I was like, dang.
You know what? And I forgot that you don't watch the game because I was so excited. I was so excited to talk to you about the game, but you didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch the game, no. Snoop did.
Do you know what happened though? I mean, you just know they lost.
I know what happened at the end.
Do you know that they went for it on fourth down instead of taking a field goal with like 8 minutes left in the game or 6 minutes? Okay, so I watched most. I was running some errands. I had to go to the east side and clean out the taco truck. I think we're gonna do Taco Tuesday again at Corner Bar.
You said you're gonna do every Tuesday. I thought.
Well, like we were thinking about not doing it for the rest of the year just because like the cost of it. But now that the Ravens Steelers game is Tuesday night and Lockery's a big obviously big Steelers fan. He was telling me yesterday he might want to do it next Tuesday. Yeah, but the tacos are good. But anyways, I had to go by the truck yesterday, and so I was at Corner Bar right when they were about last quarter or so, and I was like. It was like, oh, fourth down, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. They're going to go up by 7 with, 6 minutes left or whatever it was. No, let's go for it.
What'd they do? They run Sam?
They ran Sam. Inches short. I was just like, dude.
Little QB power?
It's like, dude, yeah. I was like, man, just take the points, man. What's wrong with taking the points?
Dude, in 2020, coordinators have lost their damn minds.
Right. What's wrong with taking the points? I mean, go up by 7.
I think two people
and your defense is, it's not like your defense has been playing bad. Your defense is playing very well for the past 3-4 games.
I think people are too worried about winning their job security in this COVID year with all the cuts and all the things like that. He coached himself out of a job yesterday by making that call, and then the fake punt call too. I was listening to the post game, and there were people calling in saying that. They were hoping that Dicker wouldn't make the kick just because at least if he doesn't make it, that you're probably rid of Tom Herman. Kind of like the Cowboys thing, where like a win is a loss. So
yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, me and Wes were watching the Vikings game, and we were cheering for the Vikings. People at the bar were like, we're at the poorhouse on Jollyville. They were like looking at us because
Wes, how dare you?
You're
supposed to be a true Cowboy fan.
I got a Cowboys hat
he
on.
Wears that. He wears that.
He was wearing his Sean Lee Cowboys jersey.
Yeah, he wears that old ass jersey. Looked like it was made in 1991.
I hope he's still watching because he was saying you had a great face for radio on the
starter
watch party.
He wore a starter. He still
wears a starter jersey.
Yeah.
What do you think about my new hat?
That's nice.
You like it?
It was good to see you on Sunday too.
I know, man. Came by.
My boys over there. Yeah.
You need to come by. You should have came by last night. Did you hear the beginning of the show? Nobody came into the restaurant yesterday after 6:30.
Really?
We had 0 customers.
That's tough, huh?
Yeah, dude. I've never experienced that. It's like, I think the headlines have been getting everybody, man. Headlines.
Was the weather bad?
Not really. I mean, it was kind of cold, but we got like the heaters out there, and then we even put like these little covers on the patio, so it's actually warm in there. Like when we turn the heaters on, it's pretty warm. You know. So,
did y'all close early?
No, man. We were waiting for somebody to come hang out.
What'd you do?
Refilled the pepper and salt shakers and
like piece by piece.
Yeah, this is grain by grain. You know, just did a bunch of things that needed to be done. We don't get to do on a regular basis. So, but anyways,
they didn't cut anybody.
Oh yeah, they cut. Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So back to Longhorns.
The press is really grilling Herman for post game.
Oh yeah, dude.
Doing bad.
I mean,
being rude almost.
Yeah, I mean, just because, but we hear the same response from Tom every week, every time he loses. Oh well, you know, we're in a better place than we were when we got here. We have great things on the horizon. Blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, you've been here long enough. You know, I mean, it's time, man. I mean, there is no player development. You know, and that was the thing about Matt Campbell, the coach for the Iowa State Cyclones yesterday. The quote that he had after the game was, "We have a 5-star culture rather than 5-star players." You know, or a 5-star culture can beat a 5-star players. You know, and we don't. I mean, Herman and the Longhorns
even getting tested, didn't even get 5 stars anymore.
Their culture is not 5. Well, I'm just saying. You know, he's just saying in general.
Yeah.
You know, he's the culture at Iowa State now. I mean, this is the first time they beat Oklahoma and Texas since in 40 years. Could be the first time to be in a Big 12 championship ever, I believe. And you know, it's just this. And then, I mean, he's not going to be Matt Campbell. Iowa State. He's not going to be there next year.
You don't think so?
No, he's going to get a bigger job for sure.
Michigan?
I mean, they're talking about possibly Michigan. I mean, they're talking about a lot of different places for him. They're talking about NFL for that guy right now because of what he's done at Iowa State.
Panthers.
He is basically he's basically like what Tom Herman was when he was coming out in Houston, and that's Matt Campbell now. But shout out to him too because I saw he like after Dicker missed that kick yesterday, like he went and found Dicker and like talked to him, you know, like gave him some words of encouragement. And that's cool. But shout out to Cam Dicker, Dicker the kicker. I mean, 57-yard field goal and swirling winds. I mean, come on. I wasn't expecting
if he didn't take the sack.
No, it would have been like well, he only lost like 4 yards, so it would have been like a 52. Yeah. Still would have been long.
That's a big difference.
And the big difference also is if he would have kicked the field goal earlier, he would have been kicking to try to win the game rather than tie.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's on the coaching. But I mean, it shouldn't come down to Dicker attempting a 57-yard field goal.
Every game.
Yeah, every loss has been close at least. I mean,
but every win has been close too.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I want the days. I remember. I mean, I long for the days of when we would just like slaughter teams like Iowa State.
Cedar Park, some people.
Yeah. You know, like you didn't even have to watch the Iowa State game because you knew it was going to be 55-0. You know, or you didn't have to watch the Kansas game, or the West Virginia game, or the TCU game.
Right.
You have to watch any of those. Like, you know, it was just like, oh, I'm going to go to the tailgate. We're going to hang out. You know, you're going to watch the game. I don't know. We're going to see how many beers we have, you know? Like, so, I mean, like, those days are long gone. I mean, I think they ended with Colt, probably.
Yeah.
So, but still, I mean, at this point, you know, with Tom, hot seats, like super hot, and Urban Meyer, I think.
So do you think they should fire Tom Herman like ASAP and put an interim guy, or do you think they should let him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think it would help recruiting to get him out earlier.
Really?
Because then at least the recruits know. Like I feel like then the Urban Meyer rumblings mean more if you don't have a coach there. And then, because then the only coach that you have is who you think you're gonna get, as opposed to being recruited by Tom Herman.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That does make sense. I mean, that way you can, you know, as an athlete, you know that somebody else is going to be in there. But if you don't know who's going to be in there, then I mean that makes it an even bigger question mark. But I also feel like Urban Meyer is.
But do you think you could get a kid? I mean, I guess he would just decommit. But do you think you could get a kid to go to say he's going to Texas because he thinks it's Urban Meyer, and then not have to get Urban Meyer and keep the kid maybe?
Yeah, if I were the you know the recruiting staff, I'd be like recording Urban Meyer talking about other coaches and football teams during his segments on was it Big Noon Saturday on Fox,
and just cut them together and say.
I feel like I do when I watch him, because I usually start when I'm getting ready for stuff, I'll put that on. When I'm watching, I feel like he's low key. You know, like applying for the job. Like this morning, they were talking about Michigan, but I think he was really like, his words were, they applied to Michigan, but they were also like applied to the Longhorns, because he was talking about player development and recruiting and blowing up the program. Oh. You know, like you got to start over and blow up the program. Blah 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 blah. You know, you got to look at your assistant coaches and your coaching staff and your recruiting and your player development and all this other stuff. And like he was talking about, he was like, and you know, he was talking about nutrition and all like weight rooms. Like I was just like, man, I was like, dude, this guy's, if he doesn't want this Longhorns job, I don't know, man. I think he kind of does. I think Urban has taken enough time off of coaching and being part of this, you know, broadcast has given him, you know, a second win. And I think he's ready to take on another challenge. And I think the University of Texas will probably be it for him if they make him, if they can offer him $10 million. So, and I think they would.
Do you think, is there any coaches that are going to give, who's going to take his spot on that show? Will Muschamp?
Maybe. Man, we just got to get the old band back together, man. If anything, you know, bring back and bring Will Muschamp. I mean, he needs
I know,
a job.
right? Yeah, shoot. Manny Diaz is becoming hot over there in Miami.
You bring bring Muschamp back, you know, D coordinator. I mean,
that's what Mac Brown should do. Mac Brown should just retire off of. Man, it shows him on the sideline. It doesn't look like he's doing nothing.
I don't know. And they didn't do bad yesterday.
No, they didn't. But I'm saying he should retire and take Urban Meyer's spot on Big Noon Kickoff. He'd be good.
Yeah. Well, he's always been good on TV though. Mm-hmm. It's Mac Brown.
Urban Meyer has been better on TV than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
He's not great still, but he's better than I thought he would be.
Yeah, for sure. No, I like Herman. So
I just want a coach that's like excited to be at Texas.
Yeah, Herman doesn't seem like he's excited.
Schaefer.
Like
basketball scene.
Yeah.
Right. The women's basketball coach?
Yeah,
exactly. Like he's like, I've dreamed about this my whole life. Like, this is the best place to be. Like, you hear the volleyball coach, he's like, this is the #1 program in the nation. Like, you come here like because you want to win. Like, blah blah blah. The best facilities, the best this. Like the baseball coach, where they take him from, like TCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like it's the same thing. He's like getting all this stuff done. He's like, I'm turning this place into to be like the place to be for college baseball. And then like you hear, like even Shaka Smart, like when Shaka Smart got the job, he was like, I can't believe I'm here type thing. And like you never really got that from Tom Herman.
No,
he's
too egocentric, man. Right, I like his word.
Like
he's got a big ego.
Who was the Lost Dodds?
The
Crystal Conti.
When was the lost odds? Like 2 ago.
Yeah.
My uncle was talking about him, how he would never add buyouts to coaches' contracts. Where he was like, if you don't want to be here, you just go.
You just leave.
Texas is not. He said that there was like a quote where he was like, Texas is not a stepping stone.
Right.
Like Texas is the destination, not the path. And I feel like with Tom Herman, he's like that friend that like you never like always bails because he's like constantly looking for something cooler to do. And so like even when you get him, it's not like he's still on his phone the whole time trying to go somewhere else. Like Tom Herman, I feel like
you.
Yeah, probably. I feel like Tom Herman like is not okay with being fired, but in his mind he thinks like I'll just go somewhere better,
or I'll just get another job.
Yeah,
don't get us. I mean, he will. But he'll get another job. He'll get a job, another job like Houston,
and
which he might be more comfortable in.
Southwest University. He could probably use a new coach.
Who?
Southwestern.
Yeah, Southwestern.
Oh yeah,
Southwestern.
Yeah,
the one in Georgetown.
Yeah, coach that school, Navarro Junior College.
Maybe you can go to UIW.
Yeah,
go to Incarnate Word.
Yeah,
or like he'll
go somewhere
like
big.
UTSA or something like that.
Didn't Texas State? Doesn't they?
Spavital.
Yeah.
What about him?
He's been there a long time or no?
No, he's just his first year.
Oh, so he won't go to Texas State. But yeah, I just want a coach that's like almost like in all of
Blinn Junior College
of the situation,
right? Of being at Texas,
Texas, of knowing like how big this job is, and
like it's like a bad example because of like everything going on. But like the I almost said Star Spangled Banner, the like Eyes of Texas, like that like sometimes you'll see coaches like almost get like emotional during that, like just because of it. It's like a exclamation point on them being where they are, and like Tom Herman doesn't think like that, you know. Like
that's what I'm saying, man. His ego's too big.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
and so do you think Urban Meyer would be like that?
No way. Because I think Urban Meyer gets it.
Do you think Urban Meyer would think of Texas like the way I want a coach to think of Texas?
Yeah, I would. I do.
Even though he's been at
Florida, he's been at Ohio State. He would say, yeah, Texas should be a powerhouse, should be a national champion, should be in the mix, and we haven't been in 11 years. You know, like I mean, you haven't won a Big 12 title in 11 years. I mean, that's sad.
They have like 3 titles in 30 years or something like that.
I mean, it's just it's sad. I mean, OU just owns this conference, owns you. I mean, that should be. I mean, like as Texas fans and as Texas players and coaches and a program. I mean, that should be embarrassing. You know, about what's happened in the past. I mean, 20 years. I mean, it started. I mean, let's be honest. It started under Mac Brown. I mean, you know, Mac did win a national championship. Longhorns were good, but I mean, OU still owned Texas back in his days too. It's been a good 20 years.
Maybe they hire Bob Stoops.
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Tom Herman could go to Nebraska.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. Unlike and what do they have? McCaffrey, Luke McCaffrey.
He's not the starter. They have the Mexican dude starting still.
Oh, they do.
Martinez.
I thought he started last week though. Luke did.
Yeah, I think he was hurt though because the Martinez dude started this game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
He's Hispanic. He's Latino.
Yeah.
No, I'm surprised you don't say Latinx.
Nah, dude.
What is that?
You ever heard of Latinx?
It's what Snoop searches online.
Oh yes.
Sure. No, that's the new PC way to say Latino or Latina. It's Latinx because they want to change a whole language. Anyways, Recon Athlete episode 127. Chris Sanchez, Zach Luceto, Snupe Daniel, our special guest today. I'm surprised you're not at the studio, man.
Will Baker is transferring.
Okay, all right, because that's what I wanted. I'm glad you said that because I wanted to make that transition to Longhorn basketball because they just started, and Wes already says on the watch party about college basketball is back, baby. You went to the game Sunday or Wednesday, Snoop, the first Longhorn game. One of the things that you mentioned, not only about there not being anybody there, and we were trying to we think the first time that Greg Brown dunked on somebody, I think we heard Snoop yelling.
Really?
Because it was so like you could hear everything.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Have you seen the clip? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I swear to God, like I faintly hear myself saying, Greg. Dude, I'm telling you, and those kids found me. Dude, I was going hard.
Yeah, he was just like going crazy. I mean, I don't know.
There was nobody there. I'm like, I'm gonna act a fool. I was like, I told my friend, I'm like, just to let you know, I'm going to be going crazy.
Yeah.
Did your friend stay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Zach, you would have left. You'd have been like, oh man, I can't get out of here.
So I asked Snoop. Snoop said that he was kind of nosebleedy, but I asked him if he moved down, and he said no. Do you think you're allowed to?
Oh, I don't think so. Probably not. Yeah.
No, I felt like because they had more workers there than people.
Yeah.
Because especially since everything's like roped off and stuff, I wonder if you're not allowed to move down anymore. Yeah.
Because I thought about getting in a seat earlier, and then I felt like the guy was like looking at me, seeing what I was doing. I was like, I'm just gonna go to my seat.
Yeah.
Normal seat.
Yeah. But
so there were more people working there than there were in attendance.
But
so I felt.
They had some good the concession deals or what?
No, they had happy hour. Actually, my Blue Moon was only $6.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Oh yeah. It's like I think it's like an hour before the game start, right?
Or something like I don't know.
Like a happy hour.
Yeah, they hooked it up.
Yeah. But one of the things that Snoop did say was that Will Baker didn't get into the game, and now
shocked.
Yeah, and now you're saying he's transferring. Zach?
Dude, he had to transfer just because he's butt hurt. That had to hurt his like hurt him to his core.
But
for him
he
to not even touch the floor, like.
But he didn't even play that much last year.
He played.
He's a freshman.
He played a lot for a freshman, I thought. And then I guess do you think it was him not touching the floor plus Greg Brown seeing as much time as he did?
This is a long one, so.
That's what he said.
Playing for Texas was always a childhood dream, said Baker, the sophomore and 5-star recruit from Westlake. My decision to transfer has been one of the most difficult and has been a year in the making.
A year?
Yeah. The reason it took me so long to make this decision is because I love UT, my teammates, coaches, staff, and fans. I'm grateful for their encouragement and support, and I'm thankful for each exercise that built my character. My goal has been and remains to meaningfully contribute to the success of my team. At Texas, I wasn't maximizing my potential. I gradually came to realize that there is another place that's a better fit, and now I am trusting God to lead me to the right program. Baker said that he does not have any specific university in mind for transfer and looks forward to completing his classes before undertaking the next major move.
So he's kind of opting out a little bit, right? Because his transfer has to happen after the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, so he's kind of like opting out of the season,
Dude, coming out of high school, if they could have drafted high school kids, what Will Baker was showing, I would have thought he'd be a top 5 pick. A 6'11" lefty that can handle the rock and shoot the three. Like, granted, he's not the most athletic person, but he isn't just, and he has a little, he's defensively he's a little slow-footed, I guess you say. But I guess maybe that's why he wasn't getting on the floor.
But it's almost like it's kind of just the changing of the times, like. So, for example, the NBA draft, that dude that the Warriors drafted, the dude from Memphis.
Football guy? No.
The 7-footer from Memphis.
Yes.
If this was 5 years ago, he would have been drafted number 1 overall 10 out of 10 times. 7-footer, number 1 player in the nation, from getting coached by an NBA player at Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And instead it's a guard. Like that's just the changing of the times. Like you have a 7-footer that was the number 1 player in Texas, and then you have a forward that's the number 1 player in Texas, and that kid's going to get more look 10 out of 10 times now, just because of the way that basketball is changing. It's less center centric, and that's what Will Baker is 100% a center.
Yeah, he does have some perimeter game, but.
He's a stretch 5.
But he not.
But he was shooting like less than 30%. I'm pretty sure, from the field.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know.
You can't be a big man and shoot under 50%.
Yeah, you got to be able to hit because you don't get very many chances at it, so you got to be able to hit 1 and 2. So
yeah, Brook Lopez revived his career from shooting. Like even Steven Adams has been like a mainstay of OKC for a long time, and now he's just getting shipped around.
Well, that sucks, man. So he's not going to play for the rest of the season. But I don't know. I guess it hurts Texas. Obviously it hurts Texas in a depth wise, but it might make Shaka's job a little bit easier because he's got one less guy that he has to worry about, trying to get in the game.
And Shaka is that kind of coach. Craig mentioned that Shaka is the type of personality that wants to see as many of his players play as many minutes as they possibly can.
Mm-hmm. And can we talk about Shaka's hair real quick?
I haven't seen it since like a picture like in the off season.
Oh man. Did you see it? His hair?
In person, it didn't look that bad, but on TV, it looks worse.
Dude, so me and Wes were at the restaurant, and like we were watching the game, and Wes goes, "Is that Shaka Smart?" Because he got the mask on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's got this hair, and
it was like gray on the bottom.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, grow your hair out. I mean, that's cool, man. But
kind of looks like Snoop's hair.
I mean, a little bit.
Not really. We're too different.
Yeah, but Snoop always wears his hat. Like you can't wear a hat when you're on the sidelines. So like I don't know. I was just kind of like, dude, Shaka, like do something with it. He's just kind of like letting it, hang out there. So Will Baker, you had a great 1-year career, or good, decent, maybe probably below average, but. How excited I was pretty excited to see Greg Brown out there.
I didn't watch the game.
Are you not watching basketball game either?
No, I mean, I don't watch. Well, I don't have Longhorn Network, but B, I don't think I would watch Texas Rio Grande Valley unless I got like a cousin that played for Rio Grande Valley or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
did he have that good of a game other than the highlight?
Kind of.
Oh my! Don't say that.
I'm not going to. I just wanted you to see it.
Is he Jewish?
Shut up, Wes. I don't think Shaka's Jewish now. What were we talking about? I got
the basketball game. Greg Brown. So Greg Brown immediately when he got into he didn't start. When he got into the game, his first shot was a 3-pointer from top of the key, far back, like really.
And then he just continued to try to dunk on everybody.
Then he got the rebound and tried to dunk over this dude's head, and then that didn't go in. And he rebounded, and then he dunked it with 2 hands. I'm like, statements. Like I'm only going to be here for a year, so I'm just going to try to embarrass.
Do you really think he's only going to be there for a year?
Yeah, dude. What I saw, again, like seeing something in person, I think is different, and he just looked super aggressive, and coach kept taking him out and putting him back in. Mm-hmm. So I think he was like, why would I take my best player? But I will tell you, Kai Jones is the truth.
Kai Jones.
What's Ramey at point? That dude is a beast. And then they got the Hamilton kid. Dude, because Texas got a squad.
Yeah, and what's his name didn't even play, right? Was it Andrew Jones?
Will Baker. Yeah, he didn't play.
Andrew Jones didn't play. And they had another player who was hurt.
Didn't play.
Hepa, yeah.
Saying which is guys I haven't even seen play.
So, Texas, I mean, they look pretty decent. Let's see. Wes says he can't shoot the rock.
Who?
I guess he's talking about Greg.
Greg, yeah, he can. Dude, like, I think that's why he averaged like 30 points a game. Was he had a lot of dunks, but dude can shoot the rock.
Maybe he just didn't get a chance. He
only shot 1 3-pointer. It was the one at the top of the key.
Okay,
I'm telling you, Greg can shoot. You've seen Greg play. Mm-hmm. Dude, Greg Brown can shoot. He's going to be known for dunks, but he's a good perimeter player.
So so Texas got a pretty decent squad. I mean, maybe. Shaka's got the kind of team that he wants now, I believe. Some guys that weren't, maybe 1 or 2 guys that are highly recruited, and then other guys that were, kind of 3 or 4.
Christian Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, like
Jericho Sims.
3 or 4 star guys. That's what Shaka's. He's about player development. So maybe this is his squad now, because nobody. I mean, they were ranked number 19, but nobody's saying, "Oh, Texas Longhorns, got to watch out for them."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, and they give you the kind of win that you want. You want to see Texas football win 56-0. Well, Texas beat a team they should have beat by 43 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good year, and with baseball too. I mean, if we can play.
Yeah.
COVID.
We'll be all right. We'll have a vaccine by then. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. But when's the Longhorns? Did they play again already?
They play Monday in a tournament. It's the Maui tournament, but because of COVID, they had to instead play it in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And the only ranked team in that tournament is North Carolina. But they also play Villanova here pretty soon, and Villanova is
play Villanova on the 6th.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, my God. It's coming up. So
at home.
If they're still undefeated and then you beat a top 10 team
top
or
5,
something.
Villanova's number 3 right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you're unbeaten and then you beat them, then it's all hell as far as like fandom breaks loose.
And they play at Baylor the 13th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's a chance for like Texas basketball to help. I mean, people who enjoy the University of Texas to maybe forget a little bit about football and maybe get excited.
And they even played Kentucky this year too.
Wes says to simmer down. They played an online college team. Wesley.
Wes went to online college, so I don't know why he's.
Yeah, no, he's talking trash.
They weren't.
They're pretty good, man.
Talent.
I mean, they're. I mean, I don't know. From what I saw, they did. You know, I think to me, yeah, they dunked a lot, but that was just saying like, you know what, we're just gonna overpower this team.
Like Texas has always been kind of like that too. Like,
we are
very lob centric.
Yeah, we are athletically just superior to this team, so we're just gonna dunk all over them.
Oh, with Miles Turner and Jackson Hayes. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But none of those guys are like Greg Brown.
No.
None of them. So? Well, they're big guys that dunk, but they aren't wing players who can like Miles Turner and like
those are both like lottery NBA picks.
Well, Greg Brown is probably going to be a top 3 or 5 pick.
I think it's going to turn into like who can dunk over more people this year, Greg Brown or Kai Jones. Like I feel like they were having a competition the other night on like who's going to dunk over more people. I think I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's bring the dunk back to basketball.
This is all that basketball needs to do.
What?
They don't need to win national championships or anything like that. They just have to have this like
excitement. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they could. This is a perfect year to win a national championship for Texas because it's so weird. You know, I mean, they're talking about having the tournament in a bubble. You know, I don't know if that's going to happen, but
I think it will.
Yeah.
You know, when Carmelo Anthony broke onto the scene, that's a long time ago now, but as a freshman, and I think he was showing flashes early. They're like, man, Syracuse can't win it. They only got like one senior. But then Carmelo really was just that. Even when Kevin Durant, if they hadn't ran into Kansas State all those times with Michael Beasley when Kevin Durant was here, I think they could have went to the Final Four. They just, you know, Kansas State, whatever, had their number. But I think Greg might be that kind of player that can help take you all the way to the championship. Because at Vandergrift, he had no help ever.
Yeah.
Dude, he never.
Yeah, but also no competition. When you got all these other dudes playing at all these prep schools and things like that.
There's no other dominant big man, I would say that.
Like the dude from Arlington that plays for Oklahoma State, Cade Cunningham. He went to Montverde or whatever. I think he did, which is the best competition, and he had like almost like a triple double his first game with 20-something points.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And aren't they sanctioned this year? Oklahoma State basketball.
Oh, I don't know. I honestly haven't been watching.
Because he's the type of player that I think could single-handedly push his team late into the tournament if they get to go in the tournament.
I don't know why. When you said Cunningham, that reminded me of because the other Westlake kid did play. Brock Cunningham did get to go.
He got significant minutes.
Yeah, he was the one. So I wonder if that had something to do with it too.
I bet you, dude. Yeah, if you
Will Baker.
If they were at Westlake and like Coach Lucero was benching Brock Cunningham Will Baker for Brock Cunningham, they would be like, what?
Yeah.
No, there's a league. It's a world's different of talent. And so, I mean, kudos to Brock for working his way to this point. I mean, who'd have thunk he'd be playing for Texas and Will wouldn't?
Yeah.
NCAA placed Oklahoma State men's basketball on 3 years of probation and banned the Cowboys from playing in the postseason tournament next season. So no tournament for Cade Cunningham.
Oh, that sucks.
One and done for him.
Yeah. So Longhorn basketball on the rise. Longhorn football
on the decline.
On the decline. I don't know. Is Herman done or not, Zach?
I
What's your percentage that he's going to be back for next year?
60.
That's what I would say. I was gonna say 60.
Because I still think
60% chance that he's gonna. I think it's better than 50. Snoop, what do you think?
A harder time to fire somebody in with everything going on.
I think he's gone because of the beef he has with CDC.
Okay.
I think it's
because
if you can't work together, then like
they don't work together. Goodwill. They don't play well.
No, they beef.
Yeah.
Like they take shots at. I mean, like not direct shots, but implied disses. Like they were talking about Chris Del Conte on social media. He always tweets about all the sports programs except for football. I know that's like petty, but it's noteworthy.
Yeah, it is.
If you're the athletic director and you're like, go volleyball, go soccer.
Go soccer. Track team did this.
Yeah. I'm so proud of cross country.
Yeah, cross country. Did y'all see what happened in the intramural tournament last weekend?
Yeah. They aren't on scholarship. They're really like showing their UT pride. Whoa.
Like, what?
And that's and like working at the Horn, I hear stuff like this. I hear a lot of stuff off the mic too that are
that you can't repeat.
Yeah, that they won't say on the microphone.
And you can't repeat them.
Yeah. Well,
give us something.
Well, I'm trying to think of something like specifically, but they always talk about just how like certain people like they don't like
each other.
Personal stuff that goes beyond sports. It might be like they're in the hallway and maybe this guy didn't say hi or something, or I don't know. Like it's petty stuff.
Yeah, because you got to remember that these people are like regular human beings, and like they might have just had an email that they didn't like. Somebody said per my previous email or something like that. Mm-hmm. Somebody didn't like that.
I say it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And that's not upfront and obvious, and a lot of people can't see that, but it goes on. Yeah, I mean, people have lives. We are human, and little stuff like outside of sports can affect a working relationship. It helps to like who you work with.
I mean, I like who I work with.
Mm-hmm.
I like Zach. I like Snoop. I'm trying to think of anybody I work with I don't like. No, there's nobody I work with. There was plenty when I worked at my old job. There was plenty of people I didn't like.
I'm glad you're going. I really am.
There's plenty of people. All right, Recon Athlete, episode 127. Chris Sanchez, Zach Luceto, Snupe Daniel, just chilling with us. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out. Flex ATX, you did the show last night, right?
I did with Zach at 5 to 7.
Zach, you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, because I was upset with y'all because y'all didn't come to Boulevard. Y'all went somewhere else. Y'all.
Oh no, because he had to leave, so we couldn't really be driving all around.
Yeah, all the way up there because I had to go to Bob Shelton like immediately after
that's
the
right.
show. So we're like, let's just eat real fast and then go.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna go to Hayes with me, but they didn't. But I didn't. I saw an incredible game.
Yeah, Hayes beat Bowie 21-14. Tell us about that game.
Halftime, Bowie led 14-3.
How did you get there? How much
I got there with like 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Diego Tello and Jason Gaines scored touchdowns in the first half for Bowie. Hayes was doing what a lot of coordinators do in 2020, making dumb plays on fourth down, fake field goals, fake punts. Oh, man, just punt the ball, kick the ball. It's called football. Use your foot. But, so they were down 14-3, and really I felt like Hayes was about to lose. And, I'm like, okay, good job, Bowie. And then they never scored again. This kid named Chris Bruce, he's a sophomore, class of 23. He had 2 interceptions in a 4-minute span and really did he saved Hayes' season. And that was the reason why Bowie Tello, who's been ice cold all year, he's been like a 4, 5, 6 touchdown pass game guy, and he had 1 touchdown pass and 3 interceptions.
Dang.
That was the difference.
So shout out to the Rebs. So Hayes get into the playoffs.
What does that do to the playoff picture? Do you remember?
Yes. So because Hayes won, it knocked Bowie out, and it allowed Austin High to secure the 4th spot.
So what does that do to Division I, Division
Okay,
II?
so it pushed Westlake to Division I, which sucks because we all know LT and Westlake are our best chance to bring home a state title, assuming they don't play each other first. But now they're in the same division, so if they win their first 3 playoff games, they'll meet in the 4th round, and one of them will knock the other out. And
at DKR,
I would hope so. That would be cool. And man, how can you bet against Westlake?
Well, you were Lake Travis at the
I
beginning of the
was
year.
before the season, but then the season got played, and then I'm like, you bet against Westlake, and you're right. I mean, I was totally Lake Travis because LT had got the win the year prior, and I really didn't know if Cade Klubnik had enough weapons on the outside. I mean, he's still throwing to people that we largely, aside from Jake and Greathouse, don't even know. But and with Lake Travis, you got Lake McRee, and you got Aiden Nava and people like that. But I would assume that Westlake would beat LT in a state quarterfinal, and I would assume it would be very low scoring, 21-14.
Where would it be if it not DKR? The Palace.
Yeah.
Palmer Palace.
Yeah.
That's the only other spot, right?
Yeah. That's something with a lot of seats. That's probably the biggest. Is that the biggest high school stadium in our area? Yeah.
That I know.
Got to be.
Gupton's pretty big.
Yeah. And I
don't know. I
like Gupton though. I probably like Gupton more than I like
Gupton.
They would never do that game at Gupton though.
Why?
Doesn't have the allure of
the Palace
third round. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I've only been to Gupton once.
The game, if it did happen, would be on New Year's Day weekend. That's pretty
New
exciting.
Year's weekend.
Yeah, yes, New Year's weekend.
Man, we got a long way to go there. They have to win their games first.
Yeah.
Games on Wednesday. Hutto beat my Warriors 38-31. Snoopy said that this was one of the worst games.
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't. But in saying that, I will say that Robbie Jang also set a Westwood program record with receiving yards with 259 receiving yards.
Oh wow.
But I want to say also, he had all of our. Well, RJ just threw an uncharacteristic amount of interceptions, and he was off on a couple of throws, which I'm telling you, with RJ Martinez, that's rarely said. And Hutto is. Zach mentioned it yesterday. How Grayson Doggett goes is how the Hutto Hippos go, and he's going well right now, and so are the Hippos. God.
So they play Cedar Ridge on Monday for a playoff
definitely
spot.
Going.
When you're in.
Oh really?
For both teams.
Nice.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
That has playoff implications too, because if Cedar Ridge wins, it'll be Cedar Ridge and Round Rock taking on Lake Travis Westlake. But if Hutto wins, it'll push Vandergrift down to Division II. No, the other way around.
Right.
Okay. I'll push Vandergrift up to Division I. Thank you.
Because Cedar Ridge is one of the bigger schools.
Yes, correct. Yeah, as far as enrollment. So a lot will be known more after the clock hits 0 on Monday night.
What does Vandergrift prefer to happen? Zach Lucero.
Yeah, D2. So if Vandergrift goes D1, they play either Lake Travis or Westlake in the first round. And you don't want that.
I think
you don't want that.
They would stand the best chance, though, I think, of any 13-6A or 25-6A school.
So who's if Cedar Ridge? Okay, so Westlake and Lake Travis, since they didn't play, how do they decide who's 1 and 2 in the district?
The team that conceded would be 2, so Lake Travis would go 2 because LT got sick.
So if Vandergrift went D1, they would play Lake Travis. If they went D2, who's the lower seed of Hayes and Austin High?
Austin High.
Yeah.
So they played Austin High.
Yeah.
And that'd still be pretty. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Vandy would probably win that game, but it'd be nice. It'd be cool to see them play Austin High.
And it'll be at Monroe. It'd be at Monroe no matter what.
Right.
So exciting.
Yep. 12-5A Division I. We had Drip over Buda Johnson over BJ 44-24, 44-24. Seguin over Lehman 49-7. And let's see, everybody was on a bye in 13-5A Division II.
Their season's over until playoffs.
Yeah, and then we had some regional semifinals. Shout out to LBJ, beating my Cal Allen Wildcats 38-24.
Just have your cousin on the show. Talk about the loss.
Yeah, I know. Talk about it. But I mean, obviously, this is Had to have been LBJ's best played game of the season.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm surprised you didn't go.
Their last 3 games have been their best 3 games played of the season.
So they're finally like getting it together.
Nobody knows about them.
I feel like they're all finally getting it together too. You know?
They hadn't scored over 50, I don't think, all year. And then 61, 71. I mean, Kai Allen has a good defense. 38 is a lot against them.
And like once you get in the playoffs where you're playing people that you know less and less about, that's where just athleticism can take over. And that's what LBJ has. They have multiple dudes going to Division I in a 4A school, which is not common.
Yeah. Let's see.
Until next week.
Who?
Corpus Christi Miller, Andrew Body.
Yeah, Miller.
Best quarterback in 4A.
Miller beat Bernie 70-45.
Wow, they hung 70 on the Greyhounds. That's scary. It really do. Andrew Body.
That's the team that beat Lampasas, Chris.
Oh, okay.
They're going to have to basically put somebody like a DB and just run him at linebacker and have him spy.
He was running a lot.
He either takes it and just goes right up the gut for 6 yards, guaranteed 6 yards. If he ran the ball, if he ran that play 10 times, he got 6 yards 8 or 9 times. Until the end of the game. And then if you try to crash on him, he has an ugly motion like a shot put looking throw,
but 4A motion.
But he can get the ball there, and I think that's what I'm learning more about football too. Is like I think people look at quarterbacks and like, can this guy physically lead this team at quarterback? But I mean, if you can just get the ball there, I mean, I don't know. I'm learning more that like your stature doesn't mean that you can't play quarterback.
Yeah,
and that's going to be in San Antonio at Ferris Stadium, right? December 5th.
Beautiful stadium.
Yeah. Also in San Antonio will be.
You gonna go?
Probably.
Today, Wimberley Texans versus the Sinton Pirates. It's another kind of Bay Area or Corpus Christi area school.
I would go to that game. I'm thinking about it, but I haven't they're so hard on credentials. If I drove down there and they turned me away, I would just be livid. And that's what I'm scared of.
You should just get yourself credentialed at you should just send a mass email to all the games and get credentialed everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you just go where you go and know you have a credential there.
Shout out to Steven Angiano. He says RGV and South Texas are happy. No LT and Westlake in their division. So.
No, they are. Los Fresnos.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we are going to get beat 70-0.
Yeah.
The game before the state quarterfinals.
Yeah. So what game was it on Monday, you said?
Hutto,
Cedar Ridge. Okay, cool. I might try to go to that too. I don't think that's my one day off.
Yeah.
I might try to go check.
Let's go to Yellow Rose after.
Okay.
Let's go to high school game.
Yeah, during the show,
Weird.
during the high school shows, Snoop shouted out the Specs text line.
Oh.
Well,
I mean, they're a sponsor, right?
Yeah, but I think they tried not to say that.
yeah, I should have. Oh, it's okay.
Whatever, dude.
I'll get in trouble.
They used to have a different sponsor for it during high school. I don't know if they do anymore, though.
All right. College football games today that we care about. Penn State, Michigan. Do we care about that one?
No, they both are so bad.
They're so bad. I mean, if you're a Longhorn fan, you think that you're having a bad year. I mean, look at Penn State and Michigan.
It's just trade coaches.
Penn State's 0-5, Michigan's 2-3.
Cool. I bet you they would probably do better.
Man, I played a video game. One time. It was one of the NBA street games, and in the story mode, every time you would play a team, if you beat them, you got to take a player from their team. That'd be cool if that was the thing.
Take your best player.
Take your best player.
Like in the playoffs, you just take their best player and then you keep going in the playoffs, or take their coach.
Iron Bowl is today. Auburn versus Alabama. I mean,
yeah, I'm going to Lindsay's parents' house to watch that game with her and her parents.
Oh, because she went to Auburn, right?
Correct.
Right back.
So y'all are. It's a thing now? Thing again?
What?
Anyways. Alabama is a 24.5-point favorite. So.
Mac Jones is leading the Heisman race right now.
Yeah?
The quietest Heisman race in Heisman race history.
Yeah. Clemson and Pittsburgh, speaking of Heisman. Because is Trevor Lawrence still a Heisman candidate?
I don't know. Are you allowed to be?
If you test positive for COVID-19, you're not allowed to be Heisman Trophy
quarantine
winner.
from the Heisman ceremony. I think the Heisman ceremony is from home though, so maybe he'll be allowed.
Yeah. The last time Pittsburgh beat Clemson was
Sean McCoy.
Was the last time that Pitt went to Death Valley to play, which is they're doing today, and Nathan Peterman beat Deshaun Watson.
Good stat. Good stat, Chris.
Good stat. That was the last time Pittsburgh played at Clemson.
Buffalo.
Do they have a place for brunch around here
on Saturday?
Yeah.
Let's go get you.
What's it called? What's that place called?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Snooze.
Is that far?
It's not close to here.
It's right there on 38th.
What number are we on?
We're on.
That's 51.
Man, it's like
20 streets.
It's like a 6-minute drive.
That's the only place?
Yeah.
It's not like as close as Revelry.
Yeah, but Revelry's not open.
I know, but we should go get some brunch.
All right. I'll go with you. Let's see. Mississippi State, Ole Miss today as well.
The Egg Bowl.
Let's see. Anything else?
They both stink, right?
Yeah. Oh, our Aggies.
They got a Hispanic dude play for Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Matt Corral.
Let's see. Who else says snooze? Or Jim's? Yeah, Jim's.
Ew.
You don't like Jim's?
There's no alcohol.
No.
There probably is. You just got to ask for it.
So A&M, LSU today as well.
Remember when they played each other in like 19 overtimes?
74-72. That was that game. I mean, this could be a trap game for A&M though.
Yeah,
trap.
It's a trap.
Trap. Yeah, this could be a big trap game for A&M if they don't take this seriously. So you got Kansas State and Baylor. Snooze. Speaking of snooze.
Yeah.
Utah, Washington. Utah's about to play their second game of the season. Washington playing their third. I think Pac-12, they should be just completely out of any possibility of college football.
That's tough though because the Big 12 is out of it too. So you can't just have everybody. It's going to be 2 teams from the Big 10 and 2 teams from the.
Yeah, it should be. Arizona, UCLA. Is Chase playing again today? Is he starting again today?
I don't know. It's DTR. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Okay. He did well last week.
Did he?
Yeah. I was impressed. Y'all didn't watch him play at all?
I saw him throw the touchdown.
I think I was impressed. BJ was too. I talked to BJ earlier this week. He was like, man, he did pretty well. And then Virginia, Florida State got canceled. And then if you can't sleep on a Saturday night and you didn't go out, then today's kind of those kind of day because it's gonna be raining and stuff. If you're not gonna do anything, and nobody's going out anywhere.
There's a Twitter called Chase Griffin Fan Club.
Nevada and Hawaii plays tonight at 10:00. So if you want some late Saturday night action. NFL tomorrow. We didn't even talk about the Cowboys, man. Snoop, do you want to talk about the Cowboys, Snoop?
Sure.
So the Cowboys.
I like the Cowboys.
I do too, man. And
no matter
dude.
what they do, I've learned that more this year than any year. I think even if they suck, I will still love the Cowboys.
What's wrong with kicking field goals and punting once again? And McCarthy, it's like, dude, just punt the ball.
I said, it's like a noob playing Madden online.
Yes.
It's 4th and 30 from wherever.
It was 4th and 1. Well, the first time, it's 4th and 1 on his own 30-yard line or some 34-yard line. He's like, oh, I'm going to go for it. And then I'm going to pass it. And then he tried to defend it at the end of after the game saying, oh, well, we had the matchup. We had a 1-on-1 matchup on the outside. I was just like, what?
The UCLA quarterback situation is unclear.
See?
DTR is questionable, but I think that bodes more well for Thompson Robinson than it does Chase Griffin. Because last time when they started Chase Griffin, they announced that a week and a half in advance. So the fact that they're it sounds like they're holding off hope that DTR will play.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'd rather see Chase Griffin, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a UCLA fan, though.
I'll get you a hat.
You give me a hat?
Yeah. Okay. Would you wear a UCLA hat? And would you watch UCLA games?
No.
Oh, so no. If you had to be a fan of a Pac-12 team, who would it be?
Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah?
Yeah. No. Arizona State.
I like their colors.
Yeah. I used to like Arizona State's baseball team when I was younger.
Yeah, me too.
When I was little.
Me too. What's his name went there? Williams. Oh, what was his name? He used to be a running back for Cedar Ridge. He was a Williams.
Did Will Clark go to Arizona State?
Aaron Williams was his older brother.
Wow. Oh, man.
He was the running back with Mike McCann.
Dang, we finally stumped Snoop.
Dang, Craig Way would know.
How dare you? That's so
What
rude.
is his name? Not Aaron Williams.
Craig Way would know. Damn.
That's evil.
What is his name?
You are talking about Porter. No, he's a wide receiver. Charles Porter was a receiver.
He was really big.
Simi Bakar? No, he's in Missouri.
Way before.
Whoa.
With Mike McCann. So it had to be 12, 13.
Ooh.
That's a long time ago, man.
Why don't I know that?
Mike McCann.
I'm going to get mad.
Ray Racine. Racine was on the outside.
Ray Racine because he went to Houston Baptist. That's going to mess with me.
Yeah. So anyways, the Cowboys lost. While we're looking at that. 41-16 to the Redskins. Zeke Elliott is not worth $15 million. He needs to stop fumbling. He needs to gain more than 3 yards of carry. And there are, I think they said 37 running backs in the NFL that have carries of 12 yards or more, and he does not have that.
Oh, he did play football.
Daniel Williams.
Daniel Williams.
Was he so
So he plays for Arizona State's baseball team?
He did. He was
more of a baseball player than
yes, he was more of a baseball player. He was like in the fan stand era, one of the first like big time baseball names. He was just giant outfielder, took like giant cuts, just dropped bombs all the time, but he was an absolute head case. He would like fly out or he would like hit a single and be like pissed and like throw his bat and cuss, and like the umpires would warn him all the time, and wasn't a bad football player either. He was pretty good. But went to Arizona State and then like I guess didn't like the like playing time stuff and was like a one and done at Arizona State. 6'3", 221.
Damn, that's a big old baseball player. I mean, that's probably average size.
Back.
That's probably average size now in Major League Baseball, though. Besides,
a power hitting outfielder.
Besides if you're on the Astros,
it's Nelson Cruz.
They mostly threw the ball. They had Racine, Kadarius Daniels. Remember him? Eric Wade.
They had another a shorter receiver.
You're probably thinking about Porter.
Yeah, Porter. I interviewed both of them.
You meant okay in that year. Guess who was their 8th grade incoming quarterback was first their sophomore quarterback was a kid by the name of Garrett Sharp, and then their 8th grade incoming quarterback was a kid named Chase Griffin.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember, because Chase grew up in the Cedar Ridge pipeline and then moved to Hutto because Garrett was going to start, Garrett Sharp. So he moved to Hutto so he could start quicker, and he started his sophomore year. And Garrett Sharp went on to have he took them to the area finals. They always lost in the second round. Ron Dogan was the running back I was thinking about for Cedar Ridge. That dude was their number 1 back.
No, Daniel Williams was the number 1 back. The year that I'm thinking, my year, it was Daniel Williams, 100,000%.
All right,
they had another receiver.
Y'all are talking about like 8 years ago at Hendrickson.
No, we're talking about Cedar Ridge.
Or Cedar Ridge. I'm sorry. I was talking about Cedar Ridge.
Sorry.
Cedar Ridge
the 1971 Westwood team that you were on. I remember.
It was 1996, by the way.
I remember the dude that played off the edge.
And we were picked to by Dave Campbell's to be in last place in our district, and we won co-district championships that year. All right, so that's the team that you got to talk about.
I'll look up the black and white footage, and I'll break out the film rolls.
Dude, I'm old, man. If all these kids were like in college in 2013, which is now 7 years ago, like now they're all like 25 and pregnant.
They're like me. I'm 26 and not pregnant.
Not pregnant.
Are you pregnant?
Nope.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm on birth control.
Oh, good.
Andy Dalton is not trash, dude.
He's just not great.
He's not great. He's not trash though. He's good enough.
I wouldn't expect him to take off and run for a first down very often.
And I don't know.
I like my quarterback mobile.
And yeah, but he ran for one first down. I saw him do that.
He did.
Only because like the linebacker didn't know whether or not to hit him.
That's how when I was watching that, I was like, a few years ago he would not have got that first down. No. And I think it's because they didn't know if he was going to slide.
Right. They have to wait to see if he's going to slide it, and then like they because they start kind of squanching down. And
they're lucky. He's lucky that they didn't count that as him giving himself up, because then he wouldn't have got the first down. And
they should have though.
Right, 100%, because he started that before the first down, and we've seen that change a lot in terms of sliding, where they're not giving you the yardage that they used to when you slide. So he would have not got that first down if they would have called it right.
I mean, they lost. I mean, the line there for the Cowboys. I mean, they lost the left tackle and then the right tackle within like 4 plays. So he hasn't.
Are they out for the year?
They lost to DB too.
I think
Zach Martin is he out?
Zach Martin's out for a couple. I think he's out for a few games at least. But yeah, I mean, so they did okay. It was just like it was 41-16, but it was a lot closer than that.
I think they should have lost.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it was like, they should have lost. And let's not forget. I mean,
they should have.
Oh, they should have lost. What do you mean?
Like if they knew what's good for them.
Oh yeah, I mean, they need to get a better draft pick. I mean, Wes and I are in the same boat on that. Snoop's not so much, and then like BJ, like a lot of other Cowboys fans.
I think it's a difference between like
they're not
4th pick and like 19th pick or something like that.
It's like yeah. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and lose some more games and get a better draft pick. And I went by BJ's because I was in Buda for Thanksgiving, and he was like, "Well, what are you gonna do with it?" And I was like, "Dude, you can do anything with a number 3 pick.
You trade it for more.
Trade it away for more picks, or you can trade it for somebody else, or some help in the secondary, or some linemen, or something. You can do a lot with a high draft pick." I'm not saying, okay, Wes is saying since he didn't want Dalton. Okay, yeah, Cincinnati didn't want Dalton. Nobody wanted Dalton. But I'm not saying he's not trash.
Dalton didn't want Cincinnati.
I mean, like,
I think
Andy Dalton isn't trash. He's not going to, like, win us football. I mean, he's not going to be the guy that wins football games. He's going to be the game manager. He's going to be a guy that can hand it off to Zeke.
He's going to be Mac Jones.
Dump it off. Yeah.
Jay McCarron.
He's not a great quarterback. He's an okay quarterback. But he ain't trash.
I agree.
Like, I'd rather have Andy Dalton as my backup than a lot of other guys. Best quarterback in the NFC East comes from the green room.
Who's that?
Right now, starting.
So that's
Carson
Garrett
Wentz.
Gilbert, Carson Wentz.
Garrett Gilbert. That's Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Oh yeah.
Carson Wentz. Alex Smith and Danny Dimes.
Probably Alex Smith, dude. The one-legged wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Alex Smith right now. Mm-hmm.
Why? That I called him the one-legged wonder, or that he's the best? Dude,
yeah,
if you look at him, you can see like his leg. It's all jacked up still. Like the sock is so tight, you could just see all the craters.
I mean, that's terrible. That's why the East is so bad.
Snoop said that's why the East is so bad.
It is. Sorry, somebody's texting me about getting a table at the at Corner Bar tonight. They're showing that Tyson fight.
Getting a table.
Yeah.
And you don't got VIPs? You got bottle service?
No, it's just like they're doing like a reserve. I'm just
for the fight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna make a text message to see if they're gonna fight, or they're gonna not if they're gonna fight, but if they have any more tables left. Yeah, I mean, so I think it's like $100. So Alex Smith is the best quarterback in the NFC East, only because everybody else is trash, right?
I would say it's Daniel Jones.
But. Really? I don't know. I
think the Cowboys win more if they have Alex Smith than they do if they have Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I would think. Okay, so that's a good point. If the Cowboys had Alex Smith, I would actually have faith that they could. Because you just get into the playoffs. It's one of those years where you get to the playoffs and you're facing the 1 seed, and the 1 seed
COVID outbreak and you beat them and you beat them. Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
That's how you got the Rays in the World Series.
No
teams that you never really weren't even.
Well, yeah, Rays are like there's a lot more parity in pro sports just because everybody's so well trained. But I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I just left the green room, guys.
That's okay.
Still over there stomping out roaches.
So what of
Smoking out.
So how many Cowboys or how many games do the Cowboys win in the rest of the season? So there's what?
6.
Are they playing 16 this year?
They're playing 5. Yeah. So there's 5 games left, right?
2.
Because they're 3-8 at this point. So I think there's 5 games left.
Yeah, 2.
2
sounds about right.
Sounds about white.
If you're
Read
me
us
and
that
Wes,
schedule, Chris.
if you're me and Wes, you want them to win 0 of them.
0.
So their game against the Ravens has been moved to Monday.
They'll lose.
Then they have a game against Bengals.
Lamar Jackson got COVID.
Revenge game.
What?
Andy Dalton revenge game.
Andy Dalton revenge game. Andy Dalton revenge game against the Bengals.
Especially with Burrow out, I think the Cowboys.
Who's starting? Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen.
No, Kyle Allen is hurt in another city.
It's another Allen. It's another Allen. Brandon Allen. Is that a guy?
Yeah. Y'all look it up.
Just ask Siri. She knows. Siri.
Alexa.
She's listening.
Alexa, who played
She's listening to
running back for Cedar Ridge when Mike McCann was it?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Brandon Allen. Over Ryan Finley, the Bengals picked.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know that shit.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Shit.
But do you like to hear a few things I can do?
Yes.
There's a lot of fun and helpful things
Put a mic on her.
Here's a quick introduction to some things to try. Let's get started. To talk to me, just say my name and ask me a question. Try saying this. Alexa, what's the weather?
Alexa, what's the weather?
In Austin, it's 58 degrees Fahrenheit.
In Austin, it's 58 degrees Fahrenheit at noon.
Try something new.
All right. On December 20th, after the Bengals, after the
Your shopping list.
Oh my God, Alexa.
Try saying,
Should have jacked the show.
Shut up.
milk to my shopping list.
Cowboys play the 49ers
Alexa,
on
add milk
December
to my
20th.
shopping list.
Will you stop?
Okay, so 1-1. Lose against the Ravens.
Lose against the Ravens.
Alexa, be quiet.
You might like trying this. I love a good chocolate.
Alexa,
Try saying,
stop.
also find it in your Alexa.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I don't know how. Am I going to take my head?
No.
Say, Alexa,
my
tell
God.
me a joke.
She's trolling us.
I can't even reach her. Okay, 40.
Let's stop this.
It was because you were rude. Now she's going to fuck with you.
Just say, Alexa.
She's like, oh, they want to be funny.
All right. Jeez.
Alexa, error.
So 1-1. Cowboys lose to the Ravens,
Lose
beat
Ravens.
the Bengals
You
because
stripped me of my power.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Oh my God.
49ers on the 20th. They can beat the 49ers. Cowboys?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Aren't the 49ers
No?
starting to get healthy now?
I don't know. I think they.
Did they bring in Mostert back, I think?
No, Mostert, he is in. Oh, no. I'm thinking about Breida. He's in Miami. Yeah, Mostert might be coming back. They got. McKinnon has been playing well. And they got Ayuk. And they have Debo Samuels. I don't know if he's healthy yet or not. They got. To me, I think
He'll be back by that game.
the Niners are. Are they even in the playoff race at all? I don't know.
No,
they're
on
not.
record.
The
No.
Niners should be tanking too, I think.
But I think the Niners have a lot more talent than the Cowboys do.
Yeah. Well, do you?
Well, okay, so maybe,
Well, Debo's back, right?
yeah, dude. And once Debo is healthy, it's like having Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
and then it makes Kendrick Bourne a lot better.
Yeah.
And And you see that guy?
Yeah.
Yours check.
Yeah. And George Kittle but he's hurt, yeah? Or nah?
Mm-hmm.
If he's not playing, I think he's better than Kelsey.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think he's a top tight end in the league.
Who?
For sure.
Kittle?
Yes.
Well, he's out. Yeah, he's out. He's out. He's gone for the year.
All right, so that's a draw. 1-1-1. They tie.
So 1 and 2. Let's say 49ers. Let's say 49ers 1 and 2. And then they got Eagles and then the Giants, and they can easily win both of those games. Don't you think?
Yes, actually.
You know,
or they at least have a chance. I mean, there's a chance they go 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God forbid they win out.
That's true.
That'd
be terrible.
That would probably be what happens.
They went out, and
the Cowboys win 5 in a row.
They're not going to beat the Ravens. Let's not. We know that.
If they don't have Lamar Jackson.
Well, Lamar's going to be back for that Monday game. Lamar's not playing in the Tuesday game against the Steelers, but he'll be back. If his tests go well, then he'll be back on that Monday game.
I would put $1 on the Cowboys to win straight up.
Against the Ravens?
Yeah, not just $1.
Really?
Yeah. You might win $5. The improbable happens because 2020, let me tell you, like weird stuff is happening this year. And I definitely think if you look and you'd be like, oh my God, the Cowboys beat the Ravens.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like, it wouldn't even be weird. It would just be like, it's 2020.
That's true.
Because, I don't know. The Ravens obviously aren't who they were from last year. And then they lost all early, so maybe they petered out late last season.
All right. You got anything else on that, Zach? Let's just go over the games tomorrow in the NFL. Raiders, Falcons at noon. We got Chargers, Bills, Giants, Bengals, Titans, Colts. That would be a good one. Both are 7-3. Panthers, Vikings, Cardinals, Patriots, Emos, Dolphins, and the Jets. Jets will be 0-11. Browns, Jaguars. It's going to be the last noon game. And then there's only 3 games in the afternoon. That's Saints, Broncos, 49ers, Rams, and Chiefs, Buccaneers. You think
Chiefs and Bucks would be fun.
That'd be good, yeah. You think Tom Brady will try to beat
beat
Patrick?
him? Yeah, I'll try to beat him, but I don't think he's capable, no.
He gets up when for stuff like that, though.
Yeah, he does. And then Bears, Packers tomorrow night. So, that's an old school rivalry.
Trubisky starting for the Bears.
Yeah, I know, man.
Cool.
Why is that
I'm a Trubisky truther.
Oh. But you don't like Nick Foles?
I do, but I like Mitchell Trubisky more.
Okay. And then Monday night's games, the Seahawks and the Eagles. Like, yeah. Who cares?
Seahawks and who?
Eagles. I don't know, Wes. Wes says Cowboys are the worst team in football. I mean, have you seen the Jets? Yeah, they're not the worst team.
They just beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
Who?
Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not the worst.
They could be the worst. COVID.
I had cinnamon gum.
Okay.
That's so messed up. You can't do anything
anymore. I know.
Blow your nose. I used to be a habitual nose blower. Now I'm real hesitant to do it, especially around anybody.
Now you just stopped up all the time.
Yeah. I just have stuffy.
Now you just got bad sinuses.
Clear them out.
Yeah, we just did an hour and a half.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sweet. It's good.
Yep. Other topics as assigned. Oh, you see that
SoundCloud?
You see that?
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah.
It's another step. It's another step.
It's not very expensive.
Did you see that? What's her name? I was trying to remember her name so I could remember, not just say the girl for Vanderbilt. Or is it Vanderbilt?
The kicker.
Is it Vanderbilt?
She's also the goalie on the soccer
team. On the soccer team. Yeah. So because of COVID, and I'm sure if you've been watching any kind of sports news, you've probably heard this story
on the ticker.
Yeah, and you probably heard the story about 10 times already this morning. Yeah. So
she's
Sarah
the kicker,
Fuller,
or is she going to be like a backup kicker?
I think she's going to be maybe a backup kicker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah,
that's a bummer for all the girls that are like playing high school football. There's some girls that are playing like D3 football and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Their like dream is to play big time college football, and this girl's just on the soccer team, and now she's playing college football.
Man, there was a girl that tried to go out for the football team when I was in school.
Yeah, that's because they didn't even have the right to vote back then.
And,
so.
Wow. Ruthless.
She definitely wasn't allowed to play football.
Well, she did come out for the football team, and like I remember one time, so she was trying to play, I guess, offensive line or something, or I don't know, and I played D line, and like I had to like go up against her in this drill.
What'd you do with your hands right there?
Well, I'm just saying, like I had to,
Oh, dude, don't put your hands up like that, dude. Dang.
I had to like, she
Two
was trying to
hands?
block me, dude.
2 hands?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't know what to do with my hands. But no, like
Should have just kissed her.
I just felt like I felt weird, like
Are you a power rusher
like-
or a speed rusher? Nah, I'm just kiss her.
I was just like I just felt weird, like going like hitting like a girl, you know?
There was a
It was
girl
just
that
weird. It was
started
just,
like
I
at
felt bad.
safety or something
Yeah.
for Mason this year,
Oh, really?
and there was like a viral tweet that went out about her, and some dude commented under, and he was like, "I remember I pancaked this girl, and my coach took me out."
Yeah,
It's like a lose-lose situation.
it is. You know, it's like, you're taught to, not do that. You're not supposed to hit women, you know? I don't know. It was just weird for me.
Yeah.
And I think the coach did that on purpose because I really think the coach put her up against me because I was like, one of the better D linemen. And so,
Maybe Chris will teach
So,
her
like,
a lesson.
yeah, and like she'll quit.
Because you're a
Like,
speed
'cause,
rusher,
he
not a
wanted her-
power rusher. So
no,
you
I
wouldn't hurt
think
her.
I think they wanted her to quit, and so like they were trying to like get people to like, but all the we're all kids, so we're like just too nice to be like that. We're all teenage kids. It's like I don't know, but anyways, so shout out to I think his name's Sarah Fuller. She could try to, and I bet you they'll try to get her in and have her kick an extra point or something at some point. That'd be good.
I hope they
That'd be
block it, and she like has to make a tackle. And, like,
That would be
chases-
even
chases
awesome.
someone
More
down.
awesome. Well, apparently she's a tough girl, so we'll see. The topic says assigned.
Apparently, she's a tough girl. Says who?
I don't. Her high school soccer coach said it. Like that's what he said. The topic says assigned. What was it? I saw something earlier too. I wanted to talk about.
Next
Can't remember.
Saturday we got a album review due next Saturday.
What is it?
I can't tell you until I'm gonna tell you on Wednesday.
I don't know if I can work Wednesday. I don't know if I can do this Wednesday. Tell me now.
Oh, well, I'll tell you on Wednesday then.
I might have to. Okay, I might have to work on Wednesday. We'll see. Tell
It's
me
another
now.
album that you wouldn't normally listen to.
Every album that you tell me is an album. Anything that you listen to, Zach, is something.
No,
I
I've told
normally
you.
wouldn't
I've
listen
told
to.
you albums to listen to that I actually like, that I think you would like, and you just don't listen to them. So
Okay. Wes says that Zach would call her a giant
Wes
because he says that everybody's big to you.
Wes is 6'7",
He's 6'6".
and he's the best chip filler I know, because he gets the chips from the top level,
Oh yeah.
the high ones.
What was the other thing? Oh, Tyson fight.
That's
Watch it
tomorrow,
tonight.
today, right?
Yeah, it's
Are
tonight.
you? Oh, you're going to that place, right?
So they're showing it at Corner Bar, but I got to work tonight, so I got to figure out. I got to look to see like what time everything is because I might try to get down there.
Oh yeah, because you work, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
Maybe
I'm
I'll
working.
have anybody show up.
We don't have anybody show up again, and we'll be able to get out at 10:02 like we did yesterday. And I'll be able to get down there. But yeah, I'm gonna try it.
I almost watched
there's no
the
headgear.
weigh-ins yesterday, but it wasn't on. Like it was like the video said live, but it wasn't on yet.
Yeah,
So I didn't get to.
there's no headgear. There's 12-ounce gloves. I think it's gonna get pretty wild for a little bit. So I think they're both gonna try to knock each other out.
I'm most interested in seeing
Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
And what was it? Which
Yes.
Paul is it?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Oh, that's on the same card.
Yeah,
It's on the card right before.
it's right before.
Shoot.
Yeah, I know. That's lit.
Are you watching it?
I want to.
Oh,
I ain't
we
doing
can't,
nothing
We can't
else.
go with Chris. Chris didn't.
Y'all are both like more interested in that fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's I don't know. It's just because it's odd.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. two like
but those
best
are people
fighters in history.
that fight.
Mike Tyson, I only know him from The Hangover.
Oh, damn. That's terrible.
And you don't even know who Roy Jones Jr. is then.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Errol Spence is fighting next week also.
He's fighting at the Cowboys Stadium, right?
Yeah. He's fighting Danny Garcia.
Oh,
He beat up Mikey Garcia a few months ago, and he's going to fight Danny Garcia now. He's going to beat up Danny Garcia.
Interview with Dana White, and they asked him, "What about Texas? Like a lot of fights are happening in Texas because they're allowing people to be there." And Dana White said, "Until I can sell out an arena, I'm just going to do it at that place in Vegas where nobody's there." They're like, he was like, "So what about Cowboy Stadium?" He was like, "Are they allowing? Can I sell it out?" He was like, "No, I think it's still a certain percent." He was like, "Well, no."
Yeah. That's good. That's good marketing. Yeah, that's why he is where he is with the UFC. He turned it into a giant. Let's see, and then what else? Canelo's fighting pretty soon. I can't remember. But I heard he's fighting in San Antonio. Your boy is fighting. They moved his fight to January 2nd. Ryan Garcia. Yeah. And Luke Campbell.
You think he's going to get out of his deal?
Ryan Garcia?
Now that Canelo did it?
With Top Rank?
Yeah. No, with Golden Boy.
Golden Boy. I don't know.
In the zone.
I thought it was Top Rank. Or it was Golden Boy.
It's Golden Boy.
I don't know. I feel like all fighters should have their own promotions, like Mayweather did, like De La Hoya eventually did. Because if you don't have your own promotional team, then you just get screwed over.
But now those two people you said have fighters that fight in their promotion, and that's the promotion that these fighters are trying to get out of.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know. It's hard because when you have, promotional teams like the Don Kings and Bob Arams and all those guys, like they don't get the fighters don't get their fair share, and you see that with the UFC. The UFC fighters don't talk about it because that's their biggest, cash cow. Like that's how they're going to make any money. But they definitely don't make as much money as the boxers do because they get crap contracts from Dana White. Well, what are you going to say, Snoop?
Nothing.
How do you buy that fight? It's like on YouTube, right, or what?
Which one?
The Logan Paul fight.
I don't know. It's gonna be at Corner Bar.
Yeah, but I don't have a table, so I can't go.
I have to get you
a table.
I can get you a table too. Do I need to get you a table too?
I'll just watch it on.
You have to spend $100 though. There's a $100 minimum spend.
That's a lot of Dr. Peppers for me.
I'll help.
The $100 minimum spend. I mean, I can tell Moby. I mean, he's a director of operations for all three. So.
Oh, that's the same dude. That's the dude that wear the boots all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good for him.
Yeah. So let me know. We'll talk about it after. Shout out, Snoop. What do you want to shout out?
Shout out y'all. 'Tis the season. It's almost December.
Yeah. So I put up my Charlie Brown
Yes.
tree.
So shout out to y'all.
Next week is December, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Zach, can you shout out?
Yeah, shout out.
Monday.
Shout out.
All right, I'm gonna shout out to Christ Market. Shout out to Texas Point.
Shout out to Wes.
Yeah. Shout out to Wes. Shout out to Texas Point Outdoors.
Wes wishing me a happy Thanksgiving.
He's a very nice guy. Shout out to God, my parents, Paul Rodriguez, of course. Shout out to Wes. I don't know where BJ was. He wasn't on. I don't know what he's doing. He wasn't on our watch party today. Or Emo wasn't there either.
Daddy duties.
Yeah, that's true. All right. We might see you Wednesday. We'll see. I'll let you know. All right. Holla, y'all.